seconds to go here in round number 9. Let's see what Crawford does with it. Here he comes. Backs him up with a left hand again. Horns in the corner. Uppercut lands. Crawford on the attack. That's it. It's over. It's over. We celebrated an undefeated Triple Count winner in New York today, and now a Triple Division World Champ here in Vegas. But Crawford on top of the world.
You know, what was expected, right? Jeff Horn put up a good fight. I mean, not really. You know, now he can, I can't stand this ESPN app with these notifications. You know, 9th round stoppage. What was that, the 9th round, right? I'm looking at it, can't even, it's too much boxing going on, watching the UFC too. But what did you expect? Jeff Horn was the Saddam Ali of the 147-pound division. Nobody respected him. Can you imagine if Errol Spence would have got his hands on him? I still think that Crawford has to grow into the 147-pound division a little more. But I don't expect him, now that he's 147-pound WBO champion, to jump in and start unifying. I don't expect him to unify until maybe late 2019, 20, because he is the ESPN guy. So therefore, you got to come over to ESPN to fight him. Errol Spence, IBF champion. He's got his own path. He's trying to get Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter for the WBC vacated. They was about to strip him. The WBC vacated title of Keith Thurman is up for grabs. So Jeff Horn really wasn't in the mix. And realistically, looking at it, I'm sorry to be brutally honest with you, but looking at it, Terence Crawford is not in the mix to unify to fight those guys. Don't be surprised if it's a Jose Benavidez next. And that'll be a very good fight, by the way. You know? Let's see if they do a post-fight interview. Now, where does Jeff Horn go? He's still somewhat now a national treasure over there in Australia. You know, he can do a fight over there. Him versus Pacquiao, that don't make no sense to happen. Can Pacquiao Crawford still happen? You know. A lot of people been bitching and complaining because this is on the ESPN Plus service and not regular ESPN. But at the end of the day, people started buying the fight. It was only $5, and if you signed up, it was you get a 7-day free trial, so you could have watched for free. Got your $5 back. You know, Jeff Horn just was out of his league. He just was out of his league. He was claiming all kind of trickery and shit, you know. But he got his Rocky moment. He beat Pacquiao, even though, you know, it was on paper he beat Pacquiao. A lot of people feel that he didn't deserve the win, but whatever. He got his Rocky moment. He got his Rocky moment. So now, where does he go? But like I said, it's hard to really talk on and on about fights like this because this was one of those type of fights where the vast majority of boxing fans knew what the outcome was going to be. Jeff Horn was going to get a boot put in his ass by Terence Crawford. And there's no disrespect to Jeff Horn, but he was supposed to get fucked up. Even the promoter, Bob Arum, who co-promotes both, by the way, was, you know, like saying, yeah, ESPN wants, you know, Terence Crawford. Even the commentators, when Jeff Horn was coming out, they was like, and the belt holder. Let's listen to this.
Happened tonight because even in the wrestling, the physicality, you were the bigger man.
Well, first of all, I like to give honor to God for blessing me with this victory. And I like to dedicate this fight to my coach, Midge Minor, that passed back then. I told him I was going to do this, and I did it for him. Shout out to Triple Threat back in Colorado Springs. That's my second home away from home. And like I told y'all before, I'm strong. You know, y'all didn't believe me, and I was way stronger than him. You know, y'all kept telling me how strong he was, but y'all didn't give me enough credit. So I had to go in there and show y'all.
You did go in there and prove that tonight. What kind of statement do you think you send to the other talent at 147 that we're watching you tonight?
Oh, we here. You know, like I said, my power carried up. You know, my physicality got stronger, and we here now.
You mentioned this was the takeover. What did you mean by that?
Hey, y'all try to compare me to Manny Pacquiao. You see what I just did to him?
All right, walk me through the fight, because at the end of the 8th round, it looked like you had him hurt. Then you came out in round 9. What were the instructions in the corner when you finished?
Oh, my coach wanted me to go right-handed. I told him, I said, no, I'm going to stay left-handed. I got him. Don't worry about it. You know? So that was just a conversation that we had in the corner.
All right, 147, a lot of talent. Who does Terence Crawford want?
I want the other champions. I want the big fights. Bob, let's make it happen.
Right. All right, there it is, a directive to the promoter, Bob Arum, to make the big fights at 147.
And the big fights and the champions are Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. I'm talking about the big fights. Or Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, they're over on the other side. Keith Thurman, they're over on the other side. You see what I'm saying? They're over on Showtime. And Showtime is not letting those guys go anytime soon. So expect for them to keep it in-house. Oh, we got Jeff Horn. They didn't do him dirty.
What do you take away from this fight in terms of who Terence Crawford is?
Look, he's a very good boxer. I knew he was going to be on the back foot countering. I thought I could beat him coming forward, but he clipped me a bit too much. And well done to Terence Crawford. Great fighter.
Many of us expected you to be the bigger man. It looked like he was strong in there. How did he feel?
Yeah, he was strong. He was fine. He didn't seem like a smaller guy, that's for sure. We weighed in the same thing, so good on him.
A duel of undefeated fighters, unbeaten fighters. Obviously, you're a warrior. Did you want to continue? Was a stoppage right?
Yeah, I was just slightly off balance on one of the feet. I wish I could keep going till the end, but you know, the ref said to me he's got my interests at heart, so I'm sure Joe, my wife, is happy anyway.
All right, what's next for you, Jeff?
I'll just rebuild from here. We'll have to talk to the team and see what happens.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
You know, after all we heard from his camp, let it be known there was no excuse out of Jeff Horn right there.
Yeah, and you know, you have to think that, you know, in regards, oh, he with Rose boss. But, you know, and he with Black Panthers. Crazy. But, you know, this is not an outcome that wasn't, you know, expected. It's sad to say that, you know, even though he stopped Jeff Horn and Pacquiao didn't. Pacquiao was 38 years old at the time. And a younger Pacquiao, I think it's well known that Pacquiao would have fucking destroyed fucking Jeff Horn if he was younger. A younger Pacquiao would have. But in regards to Terence Crawford saying his power carried up, I'm not really sure of that yet. You know, like, Errol Spence is a big 147-pound fighter. He can easily fight at 154 and possibly 160 one day. Keith Thurman, not so much. I think the cap for him is 147. Danny Garcia, 147. Sean Porter, because of his height, limits him to 147. But these are big, powerful punchers. Now, can a Terence Crawford beat a Jesse Vargas? Yeah. Can he beat a Adrian Broner? Yeah. Can he beat a Devin Alexander? Yeah. Andre Berto? Yeah. Those guys, yes. But when it comes to the top guys, I'm not ready to say his power has carried up yet. I'm not. Am I committing a crime? Right? I got to get one more boxing video out. So I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.